A lawyer for Sean Diddy Combs has quit, leaving the rapper's legal team ahead of his trafficking trial.
He's innocent, and he's going to be able to show it.
He believes he's innocent. I believe he's innocent.
Attorneys for Mr. Combs have proclaimed his innocence.
Dr. King called it the law of unintended consequences. So sometimes the more you push a person down, the stronger they get.
Mr. Combs is a fighter. He's going to fight this to the end.
The legal saga surrounding music mogul Sean Diddy Combs has taken a dramatic new twist, with his high-powered defense team making an urgent and aggressive demand ahead of his highly anticipated trial. With the trial date fast approaching, tensions are rising in the courtroom as Combs' attorneys push for critical disclosures from the prosecution. Disclosures, they argue, are necessary to ensure a fair fight in court. Combs, one of the most influential figures in the entertainment industry, has built an empire over decades, from chart-topping music to billion-dollar business ventures. However, his legal troubles now threaten his legacy as he faces serious allegations that have captivated public attention.
Music mogul Sean Diddy Combs. Major new allegations today of sexual assault and exploitation by Combs.
Combs abused, threatened, and coerced victims to fulfill his desires, protect his reputation, and conceal his conduct.
Despite the claims against him, Combs has consistently denied any wrongdoing, vowing to clear his name.
Sean Diddy Combs has been indicted on serious charges in what prosecutors call a long-running trafficking operation. As Michael George reports, he pleaded not guilty.
His defense team is now ramping up efforts to challenge the prosecution's case, and their latest move could be pivotal. At the center of this legal battle is a crucial demand. Combs' lawyers have formally requested that the prosecution reveal detailed information,
Electronic devices that they have to download and provide to me, but everything's on the government's timetable.
The hip-hop world is on fire with controversy as yet another bombshell drops. Sean Diddy Combs, one of the most influential figures in the music industry, is now facing a mounting legal crisis. Already battling a wave of lawsuits, the rap mogul is now at the center of two shocking new claims that threaten to destroy his empire.
Sean Diddy Combs is what's trending in true crime. The superseding indictment filed Thursday doesn't contain new charges, but it is filled with new accusations of criminal behavior, including claims that at least 3 women were forced to engage in commercial acts.
The hip-hop world is on fire with controversy as yet another bombshell drops. Sean Diddy Combs, one of the most influential figures in the music industry, is now facing a mounting legal crisis. Already battling a wave of lawsuits, the rap mogul is now at the center of two shocking new claims that threaten to destroy his empire.
Sean Diddy Combs is what's trending in true crime. The superseding indictment filed Thursday doesn't contain new charges, but it is filled with new accusations of criminal behavior, including claims that at least 3 women were forced to engage in commercial acts.
About the witnesses they intend to call, as well as the specific claims they plan to present in court. This request, known as a bill of particulars, is not just a procedural step. It is a strategic move that could significantly impact how the trial unfolds. The defense argues that without these details, they are essentially fighting blind, unable to properly prepare for trial or challenge the allegations effectively. The request is particularly significant given the massive volume of evidence the prosecution has gathered. Reports indicate that terabytes of digital data, emails, text messages, phone records, financial documents, and more have been collected as part of the investigation. The defense claims that sorting through this mountain of information without a clear roadmap is both unrealistic and unfair. They argue that in a case of this magnitude, the prosecution must be transparent about the specific accusations and evidence they will rely on in court. This latest motion is also a response to what the defense calls an overwhelming and evolving set of claims. Combs has faced a wave of allegations in recent months.
A new wave of lawsuits that are filed against Sean Diddy Combs. For the first time, the 54-year-old music mogul is being sued by a person alleging he was abused by Combs as a
many of which surfaced only after his initial legal troubles became public. His legal team suggests that the widespread media coverage and speculation surrounding the case have led to additional accusations, some of which they believe may be unfounded or exaggerated. They claim that without clarity from the prosecution, it is nearly impossible to distinguish between legitimate claims and opportunistic allegations. Furthermore, The judge overseeing Sean Combs' criminal case, Judge Aaron Subramanian from the Southern District of New York, has issued 2 key rulings that could have a major impact on the trial. These decisions center around a set of videos, widely known in the case as the freak-off tapes.
Sean Diddy Combs. His lawyers are claiming that videos of so-called freak-offs.
Combs' attorneys have raised concerns about potential procedural issues and evidence handling. They argue that the prosecution's reluctance to disclose key details could indicate weaknesses in their case or an attempt to gain an unfair advantage by keeping the defense in the dark. They assert that by withholding crucial information, the prosecution is not only undermining the principle of a fair trial, but also making it harder for the defense to conduct its own investigations and prepare counterarguments. To understand the significance of this motion, it is necessary to look back at the legal process leading up to this point. Combs was initially taken into custody several months ago following a grand jury indictment. The charges in the case include multiple allegations that have drawn significant public and media attention. The prosecution alleges that Combs used his influence and resources in ways that violated federal laws. However, his defense team contends that many of these claims lack substantial evidence and that some of the charges should be dismissed altogether. One of the primary arguments put forth by Combs' legal representatives is that the sheer number of allegations and legal complaints against him has been significantly amplified due to his high-profile celebrity status. They contend that his global recognition and substantial wealth have made him a target for accusations that may not be entirely credible. According to the defense, the extensive media coverage surrounding prior lawsuits, combined with widespread speculation, has created an environment where additional claims continue to surface. This, they argue, makes it increasingly difficult to separate valid allegations from those potentially driven by external motivations, such as financial incentives, media attention, or personal grievances. The defense further asserts that this influx of claims, many of which surfaced only after the initial legal proceedings gained public attention, raises concerns about the integrity of the accusations. They suggest that the publicity surrounding the case has encouraged more individuals to come forward, sometimes with allegations that may be inconsistent or lack substantial supporting evidence. By highlighting the unpredictable nature of these ongoing accusations, Combs' legal team aims to emphasize the importance of a fair and balanced legal process, one that does not allow unverified claims to unfairly prejudice the trial. Beyond the issue of the number of claims, the defense has also expressed serious concerns regarding how evidence is being handled by the prosecution. One of their primary grievances is that they have not been provided with a full and transparent list of the individuals who have made allegations or who may be called as witnesses during the trial. Typically, in legal proceedings of this nature, both sides receive access to key details that enable them to prepare for trial effectively. However, Combs' attorneys argue that the lack of clarity and transparency in this case has placed them at a distinct disadvantage. By withholding a comprehensive witness list, the prosecution, in the defense's view, is limiting their ability to conduct a thorough investigation. This limitation, they claim, prevents them from adequately vetting potential witnesses, challenging inconsistencies in testimonies, or gathering counter evidence that could be essential in establishing Combs' innocence. They further argue that, given the high stakes of the case, transparency is crucial to ensuring that the legal process is both fair and just. Without such transparency, they warn, the trial could be influenced by incomplete or one-sided narratives, potentially leading to an unjust outcome. To address these concerns, the defense has formally submitted a request for a bill of particulars, a legal document that would require the prosecution to outline the specific charges and allegations in greater detail. Their argument is that this request is not merely procedural, but essential in a case of this magnitude, where numerous allegations have been brought forth over an extended period. They maintain that a bill of particulars would provide necessary clarity regarding the accusations Combs is facing and help ensure that his legal team can mount an effective defense. In their letter to the court, the defense team emphasized that such transparency is particularly critical in cases involving multiple accusers and complex legal claims. They reiterated that it is the prosecution's responsibility to present a clear and specific outline of the case against Combs, rather than leaving the defense to navigate a vast, unclear set of allegations. Their motion underscores the need for a judicial ruling that guarantees both parties have a fair opportunity to present their arguments, ensuring that justice is served through a well-balanced trial. The prosecution, on the other hand, has pushed back against this request. They have argued that the legal filings and evidence provided so far contain sufficient detail regarding the nature of the charges. Additionally, they assert that prematurely disclosing specific witness names and testimony could create risks, particularly in cases involving sensitive allegations. The prosecution maintains that their approach follows standard legal procedures and ensures the integrity of the ongoing legal process. As legal experts weigh in on the case, opinions remain divided on the necessity of the bill of particulars in this instance. Some believe that granting the request would provide needed clarity and help streamline the trial process, while others argue that the existing legal framework already provides the defense with sufficient information to mount an effective response.